Okay.
Dear students, welcome to the science class. Dear students, in the last class we discussed about the topic named as nutrition in the plants, and we have already completed the topic and we have started with the exercise questions. In the previous class we studied about the three questions of the exercise. In today's class we are going to discuss about the remaining questions which is going to come in this topic. So then the fourth question we are going to see. Now what is the fourth question? Fourth question is given as give a brief description of the process of the synthesis of food in green plants. We have to discuss about the photosynthesis in green plants. Photosynthesis in green plants. We have to discuss briefly on about photosynthesis in the green plants. How does the photosynthesis is going to occur in the green plants? So brief description so that it contains definition of the photosynthesis. We have to write the definition of the photosynthesis. We have to write the raw materials which are required for the photosynthesis, and we have to explain the photosynthesis in green plants briefly. So then, what is the definition of the photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is nothing but it is the process of preparing the food. It is the process of preparing the food in plants, in green plants by themselves by using the sunlight is known as photosynthesis. It is nothing but photosynthesis is the process of preparation of the food in autotroph plants or nothing but or green plants by utilizing the sunlight for the purpose of the production of the food. It is nothing but photosynthesis. Right? And what are the raw materials? If we take the diagram of a plant, these are the roots. If I take the diagram of the plant, these are the leaves. Like this. Right? If I take the root, if I take the leaves, right? And we have a sun here. So it is going to produce the sunlight. Right? What are the raw materials required for the purpose of the photosynthesis? First thing will be one, it will require carbon dioxide. It will require carbon dioxide. In the same manner, it will require what? It will require carbon dioxide. It will require sunlight. It will require water. And it will require what? It will require chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is nothing but green pigment. By using all those things, they are going to prepare their own food. Right? If we take this example, from where does the water is going to come? Water is going to come from the soil, beneath the ground. In the same manner, sunlight is going to come from the sun. Sunlight is going to come from the sun. In the same manner, where does the chlorophyll is going to present? Chlorophyll is going to present on the leaves. Chlorophyll will be present on the leaves. In the same manner, carbon dioxide will be present around the air or atmosphere. It will be present everywhere in the atmosphere. So that these are the raw materials which we are required for the purpose, or they want for purpose for the photosynthesis. And we already discussed that the food factory of any plant is what? It will be leaves. Food factory of any plant will be leaves. So that the preparation of the food by the photosynthesis is going to happen in the leaves only. So that these are the food factory of the plants. Now how does it happen? The water is going to be absorbed by the roots. This water is going to be absorbed by the roots. Right? In the same manner, sunlight is going to absorb by the chlorophyll which is present in the leaf. Sunlight is going to be absorbed by the chlorophyll, and water is going to absorb by the roots. Right? In the roots, they have the vessels. In the roots, in the stems, as well as in the leaves, we already discussed that they have the vessels. Vessels is nothing but they have a pipeline passage. It looks like the pipeline passage. So that water is going to be absorbed here. It is going to be absorbed by the roots, and it is going to be carried by the vessels which are present in the roots, stems, as well as leaves, so that water is going to carry to the leaves in this direction, in this way. Water went to the where? It is went to the leaves. In the same manner, sunlight is going to be absorbed by the what? It is going to be absorbed by the chlorophyll which is present on the leaves. Right? If you remember that leaves contain some stomata. They contain some stomata. What is the stomata? Stomata is nothing but pores. When water enters into the guard cells of the stomata, that is nothing but if you draw the guard cells like this. Right? When water enters into the guard cells of the stomata, what will happen? It is going to open it. The guard cells are going to open the stomata. When the stomata opens, there will be the formation of the tiny pore. By this tiny pore, carbon dioxide is going to enter into the leaves. By this tiny pore, carbon dioxide is going to enter into the leaves. When carbon dioxide enters into the leaves, all the required raw materials are there. They are present on the leaf only now. They are present on the leaves. So that carbon dioxide entering here, water is also on the leaves, sunlight is also going to come on the leaves. By the chemical process, they are going to convert carbon dioxide water to the carbohydrate. They are going to convert carbon dioxide and water into the carbohydrate. That is nothing but it is going to convert it into the glucose. In this way, they are going to prepare their own food. While preparing their own food, they are going to release the oxygen. Plants are going to release the oxygen. How they are going to release the oxygen? They are going to release the oxygen by this tiny pores only. That is nothing but from the stomata. Right? The equation for the photosynthesis can be given as carbon dioxide plus what? Plus water on chlorophyll in presence of sunlight. They are going to produce carbohydrate as food atom. They are going to produce carbohydrate as the food atom along with that oxygen gas. That carbohydrate is nothing but in the form of glucose. This is the equation for the photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide from the outside, water which is from the roots, those are combining to add the chlorophyll which is going to absorb the sunlight. In presence of the sunlight, they are going to be a chemical reaction. Where that chemical reaction, carbohydrate is going to produce in the form of the glucose. Along with that, they are going to release the oxygen gas from the stomata. And it is opening because of the water. When the water enters into the guard cells, the stomata is going to open so that they are going to release the oxygen gas and they are going to intake the carbon dioxide gas which is present in the atmosphere. This is the answer for the fourth question. You have tried it point wise. Don't worry about the exercise solutions. I am going to provide with the PDF file, so that don't worry about those things and explaining those things on the board so that you can correctly understand all those things. This is the answer for the fourth question. The next fifth question. What it is? Show with the help of a sketch that plants are ultimate source of the food. Now for understanding this question, if you remember, we discussed about the sun is this ultimate source of energy. Why? It is required by all the animal beings as well as all the plant beings, all the living beings. We are dependent on the what? We are dependent on the plant. How does the plant are going to give us the energy? However, they are going to give us the vegetables or fruits. They are going to absorb the energy from the sun so that they are going to do the photosynthesis. Because of that photosynthesis, they are going to provide us with the vegetables, fruits, seeds, etc. Right? By that, we are going to satisfy our nutrient value. We know those things. In the same manner, for the growth purpose, human beings or living beings require what? Light. Where does it coming from? It is coming from the sun only. To see the things, to visualize the things, what we require light. Where does it coming from? It is coming from the sun. In the same manner, animals also require the light, plants also require the light, birds also require the light, microorganisms also require the light. If all the living beings are required the light, so that we can say that sun is the ultimate source of energy. In the same manner, what we have to say there, we have to discuss that how plants are ultimate source of food. How plants are the ultimate source of the food. How they are ultimate source of the food. If we take the example of human beings, they require different source for the different food items. They require plants, they require animals, they require any other beings. Because of that, they not have the ultimate source of the food. If we take the example of the plants, they are having this for the nutrient purpose, for the purpose of the food. They are going to prepare their own food. If they are going to prepare their own food, they are having all the necessary requirements for their growth. They are preparing those things by themselves. Then we can say that they are the ultimate source of the food. They are the ultimate source of the food because of they are preparing all the required essential nutrients by themselves. So that they are the ultimate source of the food. So that we have to show that by this sketch. How we are going to show that by this sketch? We are going to draw a sketch of a plant. We are going to draw a sketch of the plant which have the leaves, which have the fruit, which have the flower. Right? Again, we have to show that how it is utilizing the sunlight, for the preparation of the food product, that is nothing but photosynthesis. How it is intaking the carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere. How it is intaking the water which is present in the soil. Right? How it is releasing the oxygen gas which is present after the photosynthesis. Right? And we are going to observe the sunlight. In this way, by correct schematic diagram which is present in your textbook, you can either take that diagram, that is nothing but diagram which is present in the page number 3. You can show that diagram, or I am going to provide with the PDF file. In that there will be diagram so that you can follow that diagram. Right? We have to draw it by showing by sketch, so that all the necessary requirements which is required by the plant should be there. And by using these things, they are going to prepare their own food as well as they are going to release the oxygen. So this by sketch you should show the things which are required by the plants for the purpose of the preparation of the food. For that reason, they are known as ultimate source of the food. Right? This is the answer for the sixth question. Fifth question. Next we are going to discuss about the sixth question. What is that sixth question? Sixth question is nothing but the fill in the blanks. Sixth question is nothing but the fill in the blanks with appropriate words. Now first question in that sixth question, main question number 6, A question. Green plants are called dash dash since they synthesize their own food. Green plants are called as dash dash since they synthesize their own food. If you remember the previous class, we discussed about the types of the nutrition. Where we discussed about the two types of the nutrition. One is autotrophic nutrition, another one is heterotropic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition is nothing but the organisms which are going to prepare their own food are known as autotrophic nutrition. In the same manner, heterotropic nutrition is nothing but where the organisms or this type of nutrition where organisms depend on the other living beings for the purpose of the food. Right? So then if you see the question here, green plants are called dash dash since they synthesize their own food. That is nothing but they are going to follow the autotrophic nutrition. Mode of nutrition as autotrophic nutrition. Whichever living being which is going to follow the autotrophic nutrition are known as autotrophs because they are going to synthesize their own food. So that answer here will be what? Green plants are going to call as autotrophs. Why? Because they are synthesizing their own food. They are synthesizing their own food. For that reason, the answer for the A question will be what? It will be autotrophs. It will be autotrophs. Why autotrophs? Green plants are called autotrophs since they synthesize their own food. So that we are going to see about the second question, that is nothing but question number B. The food synthesized by the plants is stored as. The food which is synthesized by the plant is stored as. If you remember the photosynthesis class, the food which is prepared by the plants are going to be in the form of the carbohydrate, that is nothing but in the form of the glucose. The excess amount of the glucose which is produced in the plants are going to stored as the starch. It is going to store as the starch for the purpose of the further usage. So that the food synthesized by the plants is stored as what? It is stored as the starch. It is stored as the starch, and the product which is produced by the plant after the synthesis or photosynthesis is known as what? It is glucose. Glucose is going to convert it into starch for the purpose of the storing. So that the B8 question answer will be starch. And the same C question, the photosynthesis, solar energy. In the photosynthesis, solar energy is absorbed by the pigment called. If you take the example here we have the photosynthesis procedure. Here we have a leaf. In that leaf, for the purpose of the green color of the leaf, they have the chlorophyll. What is the work of the chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is going to absorb the sunlight which is coming from the sun. It is going to absorb the sunlight or sun energy, solar energy which is coming from the sun. So that which one is doing here? It is doing by the chlorophyll. It is done by the chlorophyll. So that in photosynthesis, solar energy is absorbed by the pigment called what? Pigment called chlorophyll. Pigment called chlorophyll. So that answer for the C question is what? It is C, chlorophyll. In the same manner, what is the G question? During the photosynthesis, plant take in dash dash and release dash dash gas. Right? If you remember the photosynthesis here again, what gas required by the plants? They require carbon dioxide. And which gas they are going to release after their photosynthesis? They are going to release the oxygen gas here. They are going to take the carbon dioxide gas for the purpose of the photosynthesis. After the photosynthesis, they are going to release the oxygen gas. So the answer here will be what? They are going to intake the carbon dioxide gas. They are going to intake the carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide gas, and they are going to release the oxygen gas. They are going to release the oxygen gas. This is the answer for the sixth question, sub question A, B, C, and D. I hope this is clear. Next we are going to discuss about the seventh question, eighth question, and ninth and 10th question. Right. So that I hope this is clear all about the fourth question, fifth question, as well as sixth question. Now we have already discussed about the sixth question. Now we are going to discuss about the seventh question. Exercise number, it is the main question number 7 in the exercise. It has the sub question as 1, 2, and 3. The first question is what? In this main question number 7, first question. A parasitic plant with yellow, slender, and branched stem. A parasitic plant with yellow and slender branched stem. If you remember while discussing about the parasitic plant, we discussed about an example. That example is nothing but the Cuscuta plant. Cuscuta plant. What will happen? Cuscuta plant is going to climb on the host tree. How it looks like? Cuscuta plant has the yellow. It has the plant with yellow, slender, and branched stem. So that the answer for the first question will be what? It will be Cuscuta plant. It will be Cuscuta plant. Right? It has a yellow branch stem which is going to climb on the host for the purpose of the nutrients. Right? In the same manner, second question is what? Second question is a plant that is partially autotrophic. A plant that is partially autotrophic. If you remember the while discussing about the picture plants, that is nothing but we are discussing about the insectivorous plants. We say that insectivorous plants are partially heterotrophs. We say that the insectivorous plants are partially heterotrophs, since they are going to prepare their own food for the purpose of the nutrient requirements. That is nothing but for the purpose of the nitrogen. They are going to depend on the insects. For that reason, they are known as partially heterotrophs. If we take the example of the partially heterotrophs, what the example we have taken there? We have taken the picture plant. We are taking the example of the pitcher plant. If you remember, I told you that pitcher plant in Kannada is Bushikida. The leaf, it has a special type of leaves, specialized leaves. They look like a jug. For that reason, they are known as pitcher plant. So the answer for the second question in the main question number 7 is true. So a pitcher plant. In the main question number 7, third question is what? The force through which leaves exchange gases. The force through which leaves exchange gases. If you remember that I am discussing about the guard cells. When water enters into the guard cells, this is going to open. By opening up these things, carbon dioxide is going to enter inside and oxygen is going to go outside. Those tiny pores are nothing but what? Those tiny pores are known as stomata. They are known as stomata. Right? Stomata are nothing but tiny pores which are present on the leaves so that the gaseous exchange takes place in these leaves. And this is the answer for the 7th main question number and third sub question in the main question number 7. The next question number 8. Main question number 8. What it is? Take the correct answer. We have to take the correct answer. There are given the 4 options for the each question. So there are 2 questions, that is nothing but A question and B question. Again 2 sub questions. One is A, another one is B. Right? When you check the question here, Cuscuta is an example for. Cuscuta plant is an example for the A, autotroph, B, parasite, 1 autotroph, 2 parasite, 3 saprotroph, D or 4 host. Right? We already discussed that Cuscuta plant is an example for the parasitic plant. Already in the previous question, that is nothing but a parasitic plant with yellow slender branch stem. Example is Cuscuta plant. In the same manner, what is Cuscuta plant? Cuscuta plant is a parasitic plant. Why? It depends on the other organism for the purpose of the food and as well as for the purpose of the shelter. So the answer for the first question, A question, is parasite. Is parasite. That is nothing but option 2, parasite. It is an example for the parasite. B question. In the main question number 8, B question. The plant which traps and feeds on the insects is. The plant which traps and feeds on the insect is A. Cuscuta, B. China rose, C. pitcher plant, D. rose. Or A. Cuscuta, second option China rose, third option pitcher plant, fourth option rose. If you remember, while discussing about the different type of nutrients, we discussed about the insectivorous plants. That is nothing but insectivorous plants are going to feed on the insects for the purpose of the nutrition. If you see the question here, the plant which traps and feeds on the insects. The plant which is going to trap and feed on the insect. When you check the option here, there is only one option that is correct about the insectivorous plant. That is nothing but the pitcher plant. That is nothing but the pitcher plant. So that answer for this question will be what? This will be the third option. That is nothing but the pitcher plant. That is nothing but the pitcher plant. Pitcher plant is an example for the insectivorous plant. That is nothing but they are going to feed on the insects for the purpose of the food. So this is the answer for the 8 main question, sub question A and B. The next question is 9th one. Match the following with the column A with the column 2. We have to match the following with these things. Right. They are given as the option A, B, C, D, E. That is nothing but A, chlorophyll, B, nitrogen, C, Cuscuta, D, animals, D, E, insects. We have to match this column 1 with the column 2. In the column 2, they are given the rhizobium, heterotrophs, pitcher plant, leaf, and parasite. So that we have to match the column A with the column B. That is nothing but column 1 to the column 2. When we check the chlorophyll, first we have to check the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, rhizobium, heterotroph, pitcher plant, leaf, and parasite. Which one will be the correct matching of this chlorophyll? Where does the chlorophyll is going to present? Chlorophyll will be present on the leaf. So that option. Answer for the first A will be what? It will be the leaf. Chlorophyll will be present in the leaf, which is going to absorb the sunlight which is coming from the sun. B. Nitrogen. When you take the nitrogen, option A is rhizobium, B is pitcher, plant, leaf and parasite. The correct matching word for the nitrogen will be the rhizobium. It will be the rhizobium. Why rhizobium? If you remember the last class, that is nothing but replenishment of the soil, where lack of nitrogen can be fixed by the bacteria which is present at the root tips of the plant, which is nothing but rhizobium. So that nitrogen fixation is going to happen because of the rhizobium, which is going to convert nitrogen into the soluble nitrate form for the purpose of the plant, and it is going to take the food from those plants. So that the correct answer for the nitrogen is the rhizobium. Next, cuscota. Third C question is cuscota. And correct matching word here is rhizobium is given heterotroph, pitcher, plant, leaf and parasite. Right, if you remember that cuscota is an example for the parasitic plant, it is going to depend on the other living beings. So that answer for this C question will be parasite. It will be parasite. The same manner D, animals. Animals are going to depend on the other living beings for the purpose of the food. So that we can say that animals are the heterotroph. So the option for the answer for the D question will be heterotrophs. And insects. If you remember the insectivorous plants are going to feed on the insects, and the example for the insectivorous plant is pitcher plant. So that pitcher plant is going to feed on the insects. So then option for this E answer will be what? It will be pitcher plant. These are the correct matching words for the each column 1 to the column 2. I hope this is clear why we are given those answers. In the last question, that is nothing but the question number 10. Question number 10. We have to mark T for the statement true, and we have to mark F for the statement false statement. They are given the two statements, that is one first statement and the second statement. Right, first statement and the second statement. What is the first statement? Carbon dioxide is released during the photosynthesis. Is it correct? Carbon dioxide is released in the photosynthesis. No, carbon dioxide is intaken by the plants for the purpose of the photosynthesis. They are going to release what? They are going to release oxygen. For that reason, first statement will be F. That is nothing but false. And what is the second statement? Plants which synthesize their food are called saprotrophs. Plants which synthesize their food are called saprotrophs. Is it true or false? Plants synthesize their own food are known as autotrophs, but saprotrophs are those plants which are going to depend on the dead decay matter. So that option for the second answer will be false. It is also will be the false one. The next question. Next question is what? The product of the photosynthesis is not a protein. Third question is the main question number 3 is the product of the photosynthesis is not a protein. If you remember that the product of the photosynthesis is always carbohydrate. They are going to prepare the protein from utilizing the nitrogen, so that the photosynthesis product will be not be a protein. So that the third statement is true. The third statement is true because they are going to synthesize the carbohydrate, but they are not going to synthesize the protein by the photosynthesis. So that the statement is nothing but the product of the photosynthesis is not a protein. It is the true. And the fourth statement has nothing but solar energy is converted into chemical energy during the photosynthesis. Solar energy is going to convert it into the chemical energy during the photosynthesis, which is true. Why it is true? Solar energy which is coming from the sun, on absorption of the chlorophyll, the chlorophyll is going to convert it into the solar energy into the chemical energy for the purpose of the conversion of the carbon dioxide and water to the carbohydrate. So that they are going to convert those things into the what? Chemical energy. So that this statement is also true. I hope this is clear. In the next class, we are going to discuss about remaining 3 questions. After that, the chapter will be over. So that up to that point, I hope this is clear about all the 10 questions. After that, we are going to discuss further about 3 questions. Up to that point, take care. Thank you. Stay well, stay home. We are going to discuss in the next class.